Jungle.
Just a very quick update so everybody knows what's going on. When we are quiet or when there's no movement on the groups or no video, it doesn't mean that things have come to a standstill. What it just means is that I don't want to come on like other Facebook groups or activists and just talk shit and waste time, etc., etc. I'm not one to talk when it's unnecessary, so it's not something that happens where I'm going to have a video every single day. There might be some stages where there's a lot to say, and you might get a video, 2-3 videos for that week, and then get nothing for the next 2 to 3 weeks. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that are happening, but nothing concrete. I don't want you to think that, there's a lot behind the scenes, so that means something's happening. I probably would meet 10, 15, 20 people a month and have one person that might be interested in helping us or not even helping, but just agreeing. So when we say we are having things behind the scenes, it doesn't mean that it's successful. It just means that we are trying. And trying sometimes doesn't result in a positive result. It sometimes just people just say, no, look, too risky, I'm out. So the biggest challenge we have, Panyaye Mari, is the finances. Because finances are what control politics and activism. I know in Zimbabwe there are opposition, ruling party, politicians and activists who are being sponsored and paid either by the regime or by big business people or just people with money. And they represent those interests, be it in parliamentarian committee, portfolio committees, council committees, any decisions that are being made. They pay people, they put their kids in school, they give them cars, they give them cash allowances per month, and they allow them to live a nice life in exchange for them voting for certain things at those certain meetings. That is being done as we speak. So when money controls politics, people who are trying to oppose that are also at the mercy of money. Personally, on our Facebook page, we have, as it fluctuates per month, 27 to 29. Sometimes we hit 30, then we go back to 24, 23 subscribers. A subscriber on our Facebook page is paying $4 something. Facebook takes 25%. That money is accounting for plus minus, if Facebook takes their share, plus minus I think about $80. Sometimes it's $90, sometimes it's closer to $100 a month. Sometimes it's $70. So it just depends how many subscribers there are for that month. That money has helped tremendously in the publishing of the book. We have done 100 copies of the book. And unfortunately, most of the subscribers are too far away for me to go and hand deliver a book to them, which I apologize for. But if they were, I would do that. So I have given out a few books to people that are close by to me, that I don't have to drive long distances or post or all that kind of stuff. So they have helped tremendously. I have had to pay someone to do a little bit of research for me, but I didn't have enough. So these are like, people that have jobs and stuff and can dedicate an evening to help me or something like that. So that has helped. That has helped a lot. What also helps is the views on the videos. So if you watch a video, I think I've kind of got it down to about 100,000 views is anything, depending on the adverts and stuff, anything from $8 to $12 that you get for 100,000 views. So if you can't donate physically, the least you can do is watch the video and share it. Maybe even put a comment, even if the comment's like, you're an idiot, just put it there. So that the more comments we have, the more traction, and Facebook will then pay. Those two amounts, the subscriptions and the amounts from the views, are still unfortunately not enough for us to open an actual office or to hire an actual assistant that can help with things like research, etc., etc. The meetings that I am going to are meetings that require an intricate knowledge of certain industries within Zimbabwe. Now, obviously, I can research a few things myself, but I'm finding it timeously very consuming. Personally, and again, I'm probably one of the only people that will tell you about my personal situation. I'm at a point where I've dedicated quite a bit of time and resources to getting the book out and this whole activism stuff, that I'm suffering financially from not paying attention to my business. And I need to refocus and put my time and effort back to my business so that I am financially secure. Now, that might mean that I'm going to take longer to respond to you. That might mean that I do not open the WhatsApp group for a week or two. That might mean that the inbox on the Facebook page goes unanswered. That might mean the phone calls are not answered, etc., etc. That's just how it is, unfortunately. I have to put the needs of my family first and make sure that they are looked after. And then the time that I have left, as I've been doing for the last 11 years, is what I then dedicate to activism. Until such point as my activism can pay me a salary to continue the activism. If you want someone with morals and principles, you have to financially bulletproof them to be able to step out and go into that mess called politics. A lot of politicians and activists in Zimbabwe go into politics to find money, to find opportunity, to find power that leads to money and opportunity. I am not one of those people. And that is why I have not sold my soul yet and never will. Because to me, I would rather live my little life as a plumber, unblock 2 or 3 toilets, get 2,000-3,000 rand a day, go home and enjoy my life. And that's basically what I'm doing now. Yes, there is financial bills to pay, and there's a couple of increases and things and medical issues and so forth and so on, that I have to then increase my earnings, which is what I have to do. So hence I'm telling you in this video that if you want, and I'm not the only person doing this, there's probably, again, I don't want to say names and stuff, but there's probably 4 or 5 activist stroke politicians in Zimbabwe that have good hearts, that want to do what's best for Zim, that have sacrificed already a lot of their own personal finances, freedom and time. Those people need to be supported. If you had 4 or 5 people on a government in exile, and each of those people had a salary of $2,500 to $3,000 a month paid for by the supporters of that government in exile, you will have a formidable force. If I woke up every day with the sole purpose of finding a solution for Zimbabwe, from 5:30 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, and that's all I focused on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe took Sunday off. Let me tell you something, we can build a massive movement, but I can't do that without your support. So what we're going to have to do, Warando Zimbabwe, is I have to be realistic about where we're at. And we're at a crossroads where I've got my little business and my life going, and now I need to dedicate more of it to the Zimbabwean cause. I'm calling on Zimbabweans to help me to do that. If you cannot subscribe for whatever reasons, fear, money, digital, like me, don't know how to do stuff on computers, then you have to figure out other ways of doing it. If you're in the diaspora, is $1 or $2 a month really going to bankrupt you? And again, you don't have to give it to me. You can give it to any of the 3 or 4 individuals that you think are worth supporting. Give it to them. Let them have a financial base that they can launch themselves into activism full time. Give them that financial base. Because without that financial base, they are not going to be able to do it. And what happens is you get the shit, the thieves, the liars, the looters. Those are the people that will involve themselves in activism and politics. Sakavaranda Zimbabwe zvakwamuri imimi to decide, what is it that you really want? Do you want to fix Zimbabwe, or are you just a person who just sits on the sidelines and hopes someone else does it? If you are someone who sits on the sidelines, can you not donate $1 or $2 a month to that person, or to that organization, to that NGO? Can you not do that? These are things that Zimbabweans, you need to think about seriously if you want someone or an organization or a government in exile. It needs your financial support. There's no way of going across or trying to avoid that or trying to pretend that money doesn't play a part in this. I have carried this thing financially on my own with the help of now 27 to 30 odd subscribers who I won't mention by name because of safety reasons. So those 30 subscribers have basically paid for 80-90% of what I needed for the book. So they've reimbursed me actually from the money that I've spent on the book. That's how much that has helped. A tremendous amount of help to the subscribers. So if you want an office, if we want a secretary in that office, if we want a representative in the European Union who can go to the European Union Parliament, if we want a representative in America who can go to the American government, if we want those things, we need money. We need people who can be paid to be able to do those things for our government in exile. So Kavaranda Zimbabwe, think about it. Please share again this video. Also, please join the WhatsApp group if you want. Also, the book on Amazon and Take a Lot in South Africa is available. Please purchase a copy on there. Do the digital one, is cheaper. Then you can just, I don't know if you can print it, but digital one is cheaper. And watch the video and share the video. Those are the only ways that we are getting that little income that's basically paying for a little bit of research and printing of books. We'll do another print order as soon as we've got 8,000 Rand together. That covers plus minus 100 odd books, depending on, you know, what goes up now with the Iran fuel, etc. problem. But yeah, that's what we can get done if we have the finances. Sakawaranda Zimbabwe, that's the update. I hope everybody's well, and I will put down another update as soon as there is something that needs to be spoken about. Oranda Zimbabwe,